Josh Warrington is one of those fighters with big aspirations after overcoming the odds twice last year.
Warrington is going after him now. Right hand, left hand, and Selby in trouble there. Tremendous fight. And Josh Warrington raises his arms aloft. Delirious reaction from the crowd. Oh, he's got him. Big left hand from Warrington. What a start to this fight. And he's going looking for Frampton right away, and that's a big right hand as well. And Frampton's in trouble. Is he going to go? Warrington thinks he is. He's trying to take him out. Surely a great, great win for Josh Warrington. That was a very special fight. Once again, the jubilation is for Leeds and for Josh Warrington. Mark Frampton held him aloft.
For Josh, big year last year. You had the film that came out, Twins, Ellen Road, 2 big fights, 1 fight of the year contender. How do things get better?
Unify.
And triplets.
True. So, twin lads. I've got twin girls. Some twin lads would be a 5-a-side team. And I can't just dwell on the 2018. It'll always be a special year. You've got to look at that as its own little chapter, with a very special chapter in my life, and then life goes on, and we go on, and it makes you more determined to make more memories. And like I said, I want to unify. I want to win another world title. So that's a drive, that's a desire. I'm in position now to really earn some big paydays, so securing the future of my family.
Do you feel like people now have got the message about you?
I'm looking through Twitter posts, and for instance, candidates for fight of the year, Warrington. Like, I'm not used to seeing that. I'm used to saying Warrington's a night job, he's blah blah blah, he's no good, he's just another. So yeah, exactly. But when it's all about credit, and I'm getting overwhelmed, having to put phone down. I think people are really, starting to realise that I'm not a bad fighter. I mean, the way that we took the fights as well, Selby then Frampton, it's not like I went back and had a steady defence. He was straight into another big fight. And if I could have it my own way, I'd be straight into with another world champion. I made it clear I wanted to unify.
As far as mandatories are concerned, Kid Galahad, there will be a lot of domestic interest in that fight. That's the fight that's now been mandated.
It's a Yorkshire derby. He's a bit of a himself, so there is that aspect. So it'll make quite a big fight for them reasons. But I've just got to go in there and do a job. I think I've got so much for them.
Why did it?
So it'll make quite a big fight for them reasons. But I've just got to go in there and do a job. I think I've got so much for them.
Why did it take people who weren't from Leeds so long to believe the hype, as it were?
You're only where you are because you sell so many tickets, but I've not always sold tickets, I've not always been popular.
Where did that come from, the ticket thing?
What I've done is I used to go out and I used to speak to people and, speak.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Boxing Facts over Fiction. I need you guys to do me a favor. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification icon for more videos like this. Josh Warrington versus Kid Galahad is going down June 15 at the First Direct Arena in Leeds. Leeds is where Josh Warrington is from. He's fighting in his hometown, defending his IBF title. He's making his second defense of his title. His title he won from Lee Selby back in 2018. 2018 was a year to remember for this guy. He defeated Lee Selby in a very close decision and won the IBF belt. He won a split decision. I thought it was a unanimous decision, but it was called a split decision. He defeated Carl Frampton, unanimous decision. Almost knocked him out a couple of times. He almost knocked out Carl Frampton in a couple rounds. The very first round, he rocked him. He rocked Frampton. I've never seen Frampton bully like that. I've seen Frampton go to war with Leo Santa Cruz twice. The first fight was called a draw. The second fight, he lost, majority decision. But I've always been a fan of Carl Frampton. I've always been a fan of Carl Frampton. In my opinion, he should have stayed at bantamweight. The fight I'll always remember is the fight against Scott Quigg when he unified the division. It was a slow start, but it was an exciting finish to a great fight. He unified his IBF and the WBA super bent. Carl Frampton unified the division, and then he decided to move up in weight. And he got that draw against Leo Santa Cruz, fought Leo Santa Cruz again and lost. That was his first loss. And then he just recently suffered his second loss to Josh Warrington. Everybody thought he was going to defeat Josh Warrington. Everybody thought he was going to lose to Carl Frampton, just like everybody thought he was going to lose to Lee Selby. But 2018 was a breakout year for Josh Warrington, man. He put on back-to-back spectacular performance. And I'm looking to see another spectacular performance against Kid Galahad. I think it'll be a dominant win, in my opinion. I believe it will be a dominant win by Josh Warrington. So we all know Kid Galahad. He popped dirty for a banned substance called stanozolol or some shit like that. It's an antibiotic steroid. He was notified 3 weeks after his last fight. This was when he was 25 years old. I believe he was like 18 and old at the time. And he got banned for like 2 years. He got banned for 2 years. According to Kid Galahad, he said he got spiked by a family member. Why would your family member put a banned substance in your freaking food or drinks or whatever you ate? We all know that Billy Joe Saunders, he popped dirty for a banned substance as well, and they all are under like the same banner. So something fishy is going on with those guys. As of right now, Kid Galahad is 26-0 with 15 KOs. He's 29 years old. He's undefeated, man. He looks the good. He looks the good in my opinion, but he hasn't really been fighting top competition. I mean, his last fight was against a guy named Brian Mariana, and he won that fight on points. There's no way he's defeating a guy like Josh Warrington. It looks like these guys got some bad blood. After Warrington defeated Carl Frampton and Warrington just became buddies. They both don't like Kid Galahad. Both of them had a lot of stuff to say about Kid Galahad. But in my opinion, I like Kid Galahad. I like his skill set. You know, fighting with Dominic Engel and all of them. They have really good skills. But Josh Warrington looks the goods now. He's 5'7". He's from Leeds, Yorkshire, where he will be fighting. It's a hometown fight. So you know he's looking to put on a show. He's looking to put on a show against Kid Galahad. Kid Galahad is coming to his hometown to take his belt. And he's going to have to bring everything he has because Josh Warrington is a warrior, man. Josh Warrington is a warrior, man. He's trained by his father, Sean O'Hara. He's a great boxer as well, but he likes to brawl. He's like, if you watch this guy, first of all, let's forget looking at the guy in the ring. Let's look at him outside of the ring. When you look at this guy doesn't even look like a fighter, man. You underestimate a guy like that. That's why a lot of guys that he beat, they were underestimated. You look at a guy like Josh Warrington, you think, man, I can really dust this guy in the ring. And then when you get in there, this little guy starts throwing all these punches, man. I mean, look at the first round with Carl Frampton. I've never seen Carl Frampton almost knocked out in the first round. I mean, he bullied Carl Frampton from round to round in a dominating fashion. And Carl Frampton is a superior boxer. The only close fights we've seen Carl Frampton in was the fights with Leo Santa Cruz, and that was one of the fights he lost. And his second loss was to Josh Warrington. Josh Warrington, in my opinion, right now, is on another level. If you would just look at the guy, you'll think, no, the guy isn't that real deal. A lot of people always underestimate him until you watch him fight, and then he just changed your perspective. You're like, man, this guy's pretty good. So in my opinion, Kid Galahad has his hands full. I'll be surprised if there's an upset in this fight. I don't see no upset in this fight. I'll be surprised if the fight is even close. There's a possibility Josh Warrington could stop Kid Galahad, because Kid Galahad tends to tire. When the fight goes to distance, he tends to tire. Josh Warrington throws a lot of punches. I seen him throw like a 20-piece combination on Carl Frampton, man. I was wondering how Carl Frampton was still standing. Josh Warrington, man, this guy, I mean, he's really underlooked and he's underestimated, but he's a really good fighter. I enjoy watching him. If you watch this guy, you're gonna get your money worth. If he had a little bit more power, he'll be a really, really elite fighter, because he has unlimited pressure, man. And he has a big heart, and he has nice chin. He has a good chin, and he has a really big heart. And he throws a lot of punches, man. It's like he fights every round like it's the first round. He throws really big punches, like try to get you out of there. If he had more power, he'll be a really, really big star. He'll be a really, really big star. He just needs more power. He needs to sit down on his punches more. But I love how he digs to the body, man. He was digging to Carl Frampton's body. I mean, it was beautiful display of punching. I mean, he displayed a lot of skills in that Carl Frampton fight. The Lee Selby fight, I thought it was a little bit wider than that, but they gave him, at least he got the decision. But he does really good work, man. I'm a fan of Josh Warrington and his skill set. The good thing about Josh Warrington that I really like, the fact that he wants to fight anyone. I can see Josh Warrington fighting guys like Gary Russell Jr., who is the WBC champion. I see him fighting Leo Santa Cruz and for the WBA. I see him beating Leo Santa Cruz or Zhu Can for the regular WBA championship. Or he's interested in fighting a tough fight in Oscar Valdez. In my opinion, that's a huge international fight. That's Mexico versus the United Kingdom. Oscar Valdez versus Josh Warrington. Somebody has got to go. It's a unification bout. And Josh Warrington hints at taking that fight next after he gets past his mandatory. That is a big fight. We all know Oscar Valdez has a new trainer in Eddie Reynoso. So he's been sitting down on his punches. He's been boxing really well. But against Josh Warrington, he's going to need more than just a jab, 1-2, 1-2, 3. He's gonna have to go to war, because Josh Warrington knows how to cut off the ring as well. He's gonna cut off the ring. He's gonna make it a war. Unless you're a really great counterpuncher like a Gary Russell Jr. and goes to the body, it's gonna be a tough fight for Oscar Valdez. But Josh Warrington looks good right now. I see him defeating Kid Galahad. Like I said, I see Josh Warrington defeating his mandatory and Kid Galahad in impressive fashion. I won't be surprised if it's a late TKO. I don't think Kid Galahad can keep up with the pace of a Josh Warrington in his hometown. He's going in there to put on a show. I'm looking forward to this fight. But yeah, guys, do me a favor. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. For more videos like this, leave your comments in the comment section. Let me know who you believe will win this fight.